Here's a question for you. Do women actually hate that their partners golf, or do we hate that they use it as an excuse to get away with shitty behavior? Do we hate that men get to leave for 4 to 5 hours on a Saturday morning without having to leave a list or to prep breakfast or remind us what clothes to put on our kids? Do we hate that they go golf and they say they're going to be home at 12 and they don't come home till 2? Do we hate that they go golf and they say they're going to come home and help us, but they come home drunk and they need a nap? Do we hate that they go golf and then they come home and they're tired so they need a nap, but they were supposed to be watching the baby? Now they've left the baby unattended, which is incredibly unsafe and irresponsible. Do we hate that they golf, or do we hate that they use golf as an excuse to be a shitty dad? So often we talk about how men can be considered good dads very easily, right? All they have to do is be physically present to be a good dad. At least he's on the floor with the kids. There was a comment that literally said that he gets points for being on the floor with them. But if a woman was sleeping while she was supposed to be watching her children, people would call her negligent. They would call her an awful mother, but this is considered a good dad. I can't imagine a dad who prioritizes his family by going to golf at 5 a.m., but he came home and he slept on the job, right? That's not a good dad. I don't know this man. I'm not going to speak on him and who he is as a parent, but this is why so many women hate golf. It's not because we hate the sport. It's not because we hate that our partners have a hobby. I love when my partner goes to golf. I think it's important to have hobbies and spend time with your friends. What I don't like is the culture around golfing. It gives men permission to leave the house for extended periods of time with an vague return time. It gives men permission to drink at odd hours of the day and return inebriated when they're supposed to be caring for their kids. And it gives men permission to come home tired from their hobby and to take a little cat nap. Maybe we hate golf because women don't get the same luxury. We don't get to leave the house for 4 to 5 hours by ourselves. We don't get to leave the house without leaving a list. We don't get to leave the house without reminding you to put sunscreen on the kids. We don't get to leave the house and then come home and take a cat nap. We don't get to leave the house and tell you we're not sure when we're coming home and not to bother us because the play might be slow. We don't get that luxury, right? And if women want to take up golf, men get offended by that. Oh, don't golf on your own, golf with me if you're going to golf, but not on your own, right? Because they don't want to lose that right to that time for themselves. Women don't hate golf. We don't hate that our partners golf. We hate that they use it as an excuse for shitty behavior.